What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Allie Love. Routines, routines, routines. That's what we talked about last week, and we are coming back to talk about it again because there is more than one way to do something correctly. And a lot of you wrote into me and asked about additional routines that you can implement or additional tips and strategies that you can implement into your daily routines to kind of get the results. Instead of being busy, you want to be productive. Well, I got the lowdown on the dirty. Welcome to the Basics of Bossing Up. I am Allie Love, where we discuss basic principles in order to create the lives we want, but most importantly, the lives we deserve. So today we are talking about routines part 2. This is an opportunity for us to dig deep, dive into additional routines that can help you structure your day and, of course, manifest the things that you are trying to create or that you want. In routines, we talked about, just a quick recap, and last week we talked about designating each day a week to devote it to something. So Mondays is always devoted to this. Tuesdays is always devoted to this. So you label each day of the week, and each week you operate in that capacity. Another thing we talked about is something that I actually indulge in is setting up to have one goal per day. So one goal, one objective, one thing to conquer per day, whether that means, setting a doctor's appointment, because those things can fall by the wayside, but your health is imperative. I put that as my one goal. It's like, I'm going to set up a doctor's appointment. I'm going to find time in my schedule. I'm also going to set up cushions. So that date doesn't work for my doctor's appointment. I'm going to go through my calendar and make sure that I set doctor's appointments that if this date doesn't work, there's a second date, there's a third date. So really be thorough in that one objective, one goal. It's not like just getting it done or phone a friend and then I completed my goal for that day. So that's not what it is. It's really digging deep and being thorough. Now, in terms of routines, here's another thing that I would like to talk about. We're talking about setting yourself up for success, looking ahead in your calendar. First off, let me back up. I guess I'm assuming that everyone uses a calendar. Check yourself. What calendar do you use? Why and how? And is it sustainable? So for a very long time, I used a very much like paperback calendar. Oh, there goes the pen. Paperback calendar where I wrote things down. As I evolved and became a little bit more of a busy bee, having my calendar or having my schedule really, really busy, I couldn't always carry around a notebook or something like that of sorts for my calendar per se, especially because one, it didn't always fit in my bag. Two, I'd leave it at different places in terms of leaving it at work to go out for here. So I wasn't abreast of the situation always. So ask yourself, what form of a calendar are you using? Now I use my phone, I use my cell phone. I personally use Google Calendars, it's not an ad. I used to use Apple Calendar, but Google Calendar really sinks in some of the things I forget to add in, like my flights. Like as soon as I book a flight, it automatically goes there. And so I go and I'm like, oh, my flight's already there. Sometimes you make meetings on Gmail, and Google will automatically put those meetings into your calendar. You will even say, oh, I would like to meet up. They'll push it to the top of your inbox. Anyways, again, not an ad for Google. But that's one way that I found that works for me, given that I have so many moving parts as a host of the Brooklyn Nets, Adidas Global Ambassador, Peloton instructor, founder of Love Squad. You're working with so many things and so many people, working on so many things and so many people. So make sure you have an approachable way, a sustainable way to which you schedule out your day, your week, your month. With that, another routine or another tip or task to implement that could manifest or produce great outcomes is to look ahead. Go into your calendar, I'd say at the beginning of the month, I'd say at the beginning of the week. For me, I go in my calendar at the end of every day. That works for me in terms of routine. When I get in the bed, I look at my calendar for the next day. Usually, to be quite frank, I actually look at my calendar in the middle of the day and I prep for the next day. So if I have an interview, I have to be on camera, I need an outfit, I need additional workout clothes, I have something for the Nets, I have to record a Basics of Bossing Up. I mentally prepare in the middle of the day of what's tomorrow and kind of allow myself moments to visualize what I'm wearing, what I'm doing, how am I going to get there, transportation. I map out my whole day visually, mentally. So that's one thing. At the end of each day, I do go over what my month looks like or what my week looks like. What is ahead? How many games do I have? What outfits do I need? Who do I need to contact? And then I kind of go ahead and start emails. I start emails and I put them in my draft folder. And when I wake up in the morning, I go to my draft folder on my way to work or on my way to class, or on my way to a workout, and I go ahead and finish drafting those emails. I put the subject line so I remember what I wanted to write them, because sometimes you don't do that and you forget. So these are just tips that you can add into your routine. At the end of each day for me, I go over my week. I look ahead a couple weeks. I draft some emails, I store them away in draft, and each morning I go to my draft emails and see who am I supposed to write and what's next. So that is my time. Recap really quickly. You already know 1 day a week you set up each week for that being your one goal. For me, having that one goal per day works for me. And then another thing to do is to make sure you have a calendar that is approachable and applicable to your situation, that you can carry it, that it keeps you abreast of what's up. And then within that, set yourself up for success by looking ahead, whether it's the night before, the afternoon before, or the morning of, if you have like a lot of flexibility in the morning. That way you're not in the moment of what should I wear? I got to be there in 1 hour. Or let me go through my questions, let me go through my media blocking before I get on camera. You've already done that. You've already thought about it midday. You went through it at night. You made some notes, and the next day you're ready to go. There's no element of rushing, feeling under pressure, feeling intense. Those of you that have kids where you're like, I am dead tired, or I work out so much, or my work is so hectic, give yourself 10 minutes, 5 minutes on the way home, in the car. I don't know, like maybe don't look at it in the car, but on the way home, right before you go upstairs, before you go in your house, sit in the car for a second and just look at your day before you enter into conversations with your kids, your family, whatever the case may be. Again, some tips. Here's the basics of bossing up. This is a conversation. In the comment section below, let us know more. We really want to get better in the new year. We want to get better in every day of our life, not just the new year, of how we operate. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Bye.